Ladies and gentlemen, I have not shaved in weeks. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all having a fantastic day out there. And today, I'm actually going to be talking about The Crew 1. We have some big news regarding The Crew 1 and the revival of the game. So today, we're going to be talking about The Crew Unlimited and all of the development that is going into The Crew Unlimited and some great news regarding it. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to leave the link to the Discord server for The Crew Unlimited down below in the description. That's where you can find all of the breaking news and all of the updates regarding this project. And I'll admit, this news that I'm going to be talking about today is a little bit old, but I haven't seen anyone make a video on it, so I'm going to be talking about it today. And I just crushed a big ass Monster Energy, so that I'm full of energy. So they're talking about the server emulator and how when it comes to the progress, they're currently in the Mountain State story part of the map, and they've implemented raid spec. That's how far along they are, and all they really need to do is add in the last couple specs: circuit spec, FD stunts, the free drive challenges, all that type of stuff, as well as the summit. When the Crew Unlimited comes out at first, it's mainly going to be completely offline. You won't be able to play with anybody at first. That's great news. That means that you will have a working version of the game that you can play completely offline. You don't need internet for it. And it's going to be coming with its own custom launcher. And this is similar to if you've played Soapbox Race World for Need for Speed World, which is the community-driven continuation of Need for Speed World. You will have your own launcher where the game updates and where the servers, and you're able to connect to different servers. So it's gonna be similar to that, is my guess. You're also gonna be able to have multiple instances of the game if you kind of want to play around with different versions of the game, like a pre-wild run or like a pre-calling on, like a modded calling all units. They do talk about mods here too. You're gonna be able to also import different save games, all that type of good shit. So from what I'm listening to and what I'm seeing, this is sounding like it's gonna be the next generation for the Crew, and where the community is just able to get its hands on the game and kind of turn it into the game that it never ended up being. A lot of people, such as myself, are not happy with the direction the series went after the Crew 1. So this could kind of basically be what our perfect Crew game would be. You're also talking about being able to remove like bloom effects and different effects from Wild Run. They say that pre-Wild Run graphics will never be able to be reversed, which is unfortunate for a lot of people. Wild Run kind of ruined the original graphics or like vision of the Crew 1. And for me personally, Wild Run really kind of ruined the vibe of a lot of cities. It replaced a lot of assets that were specific for different regions of the United States and just replaced them with a single variant, and it made each city feel a lot more samey as opposed to different in the Crew 1. Like for example, when you go through Detroit had like streetlights on all the wires, a lot more rundown looking props, as opposed to California or Texas or Miami. Different parts of the United States look different before Wild Run. And they still do post Wild Run, but a lot of assets got removed. So I'm hoping you're going to be able to kind of reverse the assets. They do talk about how pre-Wild Run traffic cars can be restored, such as like ambulances, sirens, that type of stuff. Bloom effect, better looking and more dynamic lens flare effects of pre-Wild Run can be restored. Distant depth of field, height-based fog. And this is actually the big one here. It says release date, and they're saying that we're hoping to get this done by December. Now, this isn't a definitive like release date. This is just speculation, and this is just when they think they will be ready. This could very well change, but it is possible that we will be able to get back on the Crew 1 and play the Crew 1 in some form before the end of the year, which is absolutely insane considering that this game shut down earlier this year. So if we're able to play this game within a year of it being dropped, that's amazing. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are so many smart ass people in the racing community, in the Crew community, right? I don't understand game design or game modding whatsoever. I feel like that's like shit you need to have like a degree for, or like be smart. Like, I'm not smart in the slightest. That's why I make YouTube videos. So it's so awesome to see just these insanely talented people, these insanely talented modders, programmers, just community members, even the people who are like just digging through game code and helping them, assisting them with this project. It's the same people with Soapbox Race World. Like they're all insanely smart, And they're doing this to preserve a niche racing game that's just insane to me, and I love it. And with the Crew, and it's insane seeing how the Crew 1 shutting down has basically become the catalyst for the whole Stop Killing Games movement and the whole movement around it. It's awesome to see, all stemming from this racing game that we've been playing for years. It's actually crazy, and I'm super glad that we're getting somewhere with this, and I'm hoping very soon that we will be able to play the Crew 1 offline. I've been following this for a while. I want to make more videos on the Crew Unlimited as they make progress. I'm very late with this progress report here. There's a bunch of other stuff that I just haven't covered. Like, this is the latest video they put out. This is 2 months ago, right? But just to kind of give you an idea of how far ahead they are, you can go to the PERF tuner, you can customize your car there, buy all the different parts and everything. You can go to Miami, do all the missions in the south, like racing cam through Miami. I'm just getting so fucking excited just looking at this. I mean, jeez, I'm so excited to go back to the Crew 1, man. I'm just so excited. And this is like a few months old too, like the video that we're seeing here. Bikes are implemented too. It wasn't that long ago that they were only at the very beginning of the game and they could only get like Detroit, right? But now they have bikes implemented. They have like all the like cities that you can go to. They've implemented factions offline, which is absolutely crazy. Unironically, might make the factions more like dynamic than they were when the game was actually out, because everyone just went to one faction, and that same faction kept winning for years. So the faction system was never really used as a way, except for as a way to grind money. But if there's like an actual faction war system in faction missions, that's actually like insane. I loved the Crew 1. I mean, the Crew 1 was a roller coaster. I'll admit it. The Crew 1 was a roller coaster a lot of the time during its actual like development and when it was out, right? But there's something special in my heart for the Crew 1, and just seeing the community celebrating the game and trying their hardest to bring it back just brings tears to my eyes, and I absolutely am I'm super excited to see this project go through. And I think if you're a fan of the Crew, definitely support this project. Again, link down below to the Discord in the description. I've been wanting to make a video for this for a while, but I've been super busy with work, but I'm finally able to sit down, even if it's a couple weeks late, and just talk about this game. That's it for me tonight. What do you guys think about this project? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment section down below. But that's it for me tonight. I'll catch yous all later. Have a good night, everyone.